Yeah, and that's so some of the problem. So obviously, as head mentor, I'm taking on mentors myself now, and one of the main problems in obviously I'm targeting busy PTs, I'm targeting gym owners, and telling them about this new revenue stream. But one of the problems I'm finding is that people are saying that they haven't got time. One of the main things about this mentorship is that it gets you time back. Mm-hmm. So you can create new revenue streams, still make the same amount on on everything else you were doing, but you're also opening up opportunities to get time back, which is one of the main sort of issues I find with people, is that people say that they haven't got time, but actually it's helping, it's helping create more, not just revenue, but actual like time to introduce more revenue streams to their business.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main problems. The other thing that I think as well is like I have done this for free, like at the gym, and you find that when you're doing it when I'm doing it on a one-to-one basis, and you get to spend a lot of time with the new PTs coming through, that it's sort of less valued for them when they come in, and like kind of when you're doing it for free for them anyway. If they know that you're an official mentor and that you're there to actually help them with their business, I think what I'm finding now is that the people I've got coming through are taking what I'm saying a little bit more seriously.
Yes, yeah. Oh, absolutely. When I first started doing this, when I first started delivering personal training courses and doing this, obviously the model wasn't like this, and I had to build the model from the ground up. I mean, I feel like we provide this business in a box to people. They don't have to go out and worry about compliance. They don't have to go out and worry about delivery or anything like that. They can basically just utilize their network, do 4 sessions with a person, get paid handsomely for it. But when I was first doing this, putting everything together, one thing that I found was it increased my credibility as a trainer. Who do you want to train with? Do you want to train with the personal trainer on the gym floor, or the personal trainer who is actually training other personal trainers? It just gives you that next level of credibility, because what is it about you that enables you to be training up other people? And there was actually nothing special about what I was doing. I'd just taken the time to formulate what I was doing into a program so that I could actually pass that on to people, because I knew myself how many mistakes I made. I'd worked with other people. I'd seen the mistakes they'd made. Obviously, most people that I'd worked with were open about the mistakes they made, as most good professionals are, because it's a time to reflect and improve on your skills. And it's really valuable. I feel like sometimes you'll speak to a personal trainer and they'll shy away from it. They'll get some imposter syndrome, because they'll think, well, what do I know? And I argue that actually, if you've been in the industry for 6 months, you've made 6 months worth of mistakes generally. And if you can pass that on to somebody else and help them skip that. I spoke to a couple of fitness professionals who are smarter than I am, the guys at Propane, who hopefully will get in to do FITPRO-X TV, because I just said that, and that should have massaged their ego a little bit. And also because I think that what they do is really incredible. They're really bright guys who've come from different industries. They've come from 2 different industries and applied that knowledge to the fitness industry, and they're absolutely smashing it. But one thing that Yusuf from Propane said is, you pay with time or you pay with money. And I think that stuck with me massively, because you do, don't you? You trial and error it for years and then eventually figure it out, or you go and pay a mentor or an expert or a what's the word people use? I think they do use that word, mentor, but they'll go to a professional, a tutor or a coach, and they'll pay that person to pass on their expertise. So these guys, they don't have time to spend 2 years getting themselves right. They'd rather come and utilize your experience and get ahead like that. So think of it as them paying with their money, even though the courses that we do are funded, instead of inevitably paying with their time. Yeah, and I mean, people pay. I mean, I had a business coach for a couple of months not long ago. I was paying £500 a month for that. Whereas these people are they're essentially getting that for free. Mm-hmm. Like if you can. So what's the start? So 80% of PTs fail in the first year. Mm-hmm. If you said to new PTs coming through that I'm going to teach you all of my mistakes,
then we're going to get more successful PTs, which is just going to then grow the industry.
I wonder why. I wonder how much impact how lonely the fitness industry can be on people dropping out is. Do you know people like dropping out of the fitness industry? Because it can be a lonely industry. Crazy, you spend all day, every day with people. But sometimes if you don't really have colleagues, that can, colleagues are a big, people stay in shit jobs because they have good colleagues. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's true.
People will, persevere because they're in the trenches with someone that they like. And I feel like sometimes that camaraderie goes amiss in the fitness industry because one, it can be very kind of savage and cutthroat.
Especially at the busy. I started off at like a chain gym over in Liverpool, and it was dog eat dog.
Yeah.
I think there was 15 PTs.
What gym was it?
And everyone, I'll mention
There was one?
The gym group.
The gym group.
7,000 members.
I used to deliver the PT courses out of JD in is it called 4th Street in Liverpool?
Oh yeah.
That was rammed. Used to be a nightclub.
To be fair,
Sound?
Trained there, to be fair.
That was that same though, mate. Like there was loads of PTs there.
And everyone would, just cut each other's throat to get business. So it is
and
a
it
really
doesn't have to be like that. Like 15 PTs sounds like a lot of people. I bet the gym had 5,000 members.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? I know 15 people sounds like a lot of PTs to be in one gym, but when you look at it, the gym has 5,000 mentors. 5,000 clients. Just look at that. It's a crazy ratio.
This is it. And even online as well. Like there's a lot of competition online. There's people that aren't even fitness professionals, your influencer type people that are even competing with fitness professionals online. So I think what it does is it puts people off in that first year.
Yeah. And I think hopefully by implementing this community that we're trying to really build, the FITPRO-X network, bringing in mentors, we want to tackle a lot of those issues. So one, you won't feel lonely, you'll feel supported. There's people that you can speak to. There's a network of personal trainers that you can ask for advice when you're actually in the network. Two, we're hopefully going to be giving you guys some revenue streams so that you're not fully reliant on the one-to-one personal training money. Three, hopefully we're going to educate you as well by bringing in other people who are smarter than us, other fitness professionals who can lend their experience as to how they've grew their online coaching, how they've gotten savvier with their one-to-one personal training, how they've opened up additional revenue streams to the ones that we're offering. Obviously, mentoring isn't going to be right for everybody, and it's not to say that you can't join the FITPRO-X network if you don't want to be a mentor, but hopefully we're going to be providing additional value. We're going to be looking to work with fitness companies that might not necessarily be personal training companies, like supplements, gyms, brands, all ways of utilizing the network that you already have to make additional revenue. Because at the end of the day, I believe, and I think that Joe believes as well, that there's more than enough business out there for everybody who wants to get into this industry to be successful. I don't think we've scratched the surface yet. I think more people than don't already train. I think that there is a definite increase in the amount of people who are getting active, who are wanting to be fit, who are wanting to change their life for the better, be more physically healthy. And I think that there's still a huge chasm of knowledge. People don't necessarily have all of the information that they need to be able to motivate themselves and have a positive transformation. And I think that's why the fitness industry is growing, because more and more fitness professionals are required to help people change their lives and get in better shape. So I think there's loads of opportunities. I think there's tons of opportunities to bring new people into the industry. I think there's tons of opportunities to capitalize on what is already there. And I think that if you join us on this journey, that we can, step by step, improve the industry and, turn this into a real professional industry where people are making big bucks, not just the 0.1% at the top, those influencers who are, charging not very much and just doing it on huge scale. There's no reason that personal trainers can't be the next big profession, because, personal trainers should be on doctors' money, because they are the prevent to what doctors are the cure. And I think that prevent is more important than cure. I think that personal trainers can, should, and will be earning more money